All right. I just wanted to do this real quick before I actually, start doing other things. But there's a couple of stocks that are on my strategy, and that's the reverse of my strategy that I really want to start getting into, just sharing with you. Like, I think one of the biggest things that I wanted to share with you is that CRDF is one of my tops plays because it's one of those what is it what is it called? You know what it's called. It's an IPO. There we go. So it's a IPO. It's out. I like the chart. These are the only things that I just like the chart on. I'm not going to go into big detail. DraftKings, DKNG. I mean, sorry. Z Lab as well. I know it's priced at $70, but the chart, when you look at it, it's actually pretty damn amazing. SPWH, I love the setup. It's a low price value stock dealing with sports. I think you should probably just give it a look at that as well. It's pretty much the same as DraftKings because DraftKings deals with sports as well. CRBP, I remember at one point they were in the weed space. I'm not sure, 100% sure if they're still there, but they have a nice setup, something to look at. RPAY, Repay, I believe that's dealing with housing. They also have a good setup. So all of these are really just great setups, and I haven't really done the most research on them, but I know that they have a setup, and that will be something that I will look at later on this evening. Zoom, I'm expecting big things out of them as well. CALA, they also have a great setup. The chart looks actually pretty clean. I like the way that it looks on this. You see that it's bouncing off the 50 EMA, which is that green line. It should test $7, if not higher, sometime this week. I don't know, but it's doing pretty damn well. Lululemon, one of my favorites. I would love to put in at least $100, 100 shares in this stock, but I know I don't have that much yet. So, that is just something that I'm watching because it is now fulfilling its destiny, and it should test higher highs at $268 or $266, I believe. TBIO, another biotech company that is showing the strength through its chart. Gold as well, GOLD. If you had any conversation with me anytime during this week, you would have known that, hey, gold is one of my all-time favorites because I am Scrooge McDuck in the flesh. FTFT is another low-price stock that's dealing in communications. It trades weird, but it does do the job. And three more. BNTX, just because they're doing a lot of stuff with, not Gilead, they're doing stuff with, who are they doing it with? I forgot. They're doing some collaboration. It's not with Gilead, it is with another biotech company. I cannot remember off the top of my head, but I know that they were awarded a whole lot of money, to do things dealing with coronavirus. Just don't remember, 384 million, there you go, to be exact. I just don't remember the actual company that they are working with. And last two, CBLI, another low price stock. That's Cleveland Biolabs, I believe. Usually if you're Biolabs. Usually if you're watching any of the NBA games and stuff like that, and you see the Cleveland Cavaliers talking, you will typically see anything dealing with Cleveland hospitals in the background. This is one of the labs that actually deal with some of the work with in Cleveland. So, low price, low floats. Yep, around 11 million. It trades really, the volume is really low, but it is testing support or testing resistance, and it is holding support. So this is also a great one. Last one, RVP, the retractable needles. I know that they were granted some money as well, so they're looking to do some type of breakout. Not 100% sure. They were up on earnings, so let's see what they will do when the week actually opens up. So this is actually part of my my actual trading strategy, ones that I'm very comfortable with. These are the ones that I would typically, especially, I would take, a special notice to, just because they fit my strategy all the way together. Once I do a little bit more digging, a little bit more research, this list would shrink just a little bit more. Let's go into the reverse of my strategy. We will first start to look at, let me make sure I have it right. We'll look at ALTG. ALTG is, technically, it had a strong green day on Friday. Can I see it going past that 50-day EMA? Maybe, because it's testing the previous highs over in the 550s. So since it's tested that, I can see this one actually going up. And everything on this reverse strategy is really for a day trade, not for a long-term trade, as opposed to the list that I showed you prior to this. BXRX is another biotech company, still holding technicals. The technicals look solid. Now, can I see again up to at least 550? Possibly. But this is definitely one I'll be watching. Like I said, these are all day trades, nothing more. AFMD. Like I said, I don't know much about it, but I like the setup. The setup looks great. GORO, gold. This is one I definitely would love to put money into, just because it's low price and it is gold. It's $4. The last time when I tried getting into it, it was like November, December. Yep, November, right? And it was already high. It was too high for me to get into at the time. It was already overbought. Right now, it is not overbought. It is right around a great trading price. More than likely, this would be something that I would definitely buy tomorrow, even though it's the reverse of my strategy. I really do like gold, and I think that gold is going to be a great hedge to protect your account in the upcoming weeks, if not months, possibly even years. GALT, my personal favorite that I love to hate. It loves to test resistance and it loves to bounce back. So I'll be watching this one just because of the characteristics that it has, and I'm kind of familiar with it. And majority of all these on my reverse strategy are not overbought. They're not overbought, so that they still have room to go up, including GALT. EVFM, that's another one that looks pretty good, pretty decent. I'm not 100% sure what it does, but I'm just looking at the chart, and the chart says that it has some still some consolidation to do, but it'll be one to watch. After that, there's Elf brands, just because people like to be vain, particularly during this type of pandemic. Just like Lululemon is about to test its all-time highs. I can see Elf brands doing the same. People want to feel good. People want to look good, even if they're at home. So why not? Why not have this beauty product really move people forward? I believe they might be coming out with earnings this week. I'm not 100% sure. I think Thursday or Friday they're supposed to be coming out with earnings. So anticipate an upside in anticipation of earnings. But other than that, not really. I am looking to see what it does. I'm not saying that I will buy it, just to see what it does, because I like gold way much more than that. I have CRBP on here because it's kind of like in between my strategy. It still has the 200 EMA is above the 100 EMA, and the 50 is actually higher than both of them. But when the 50 crosses over the 200, that's called the golden cross. So when that type of technical happens, we kind of anticipate an upside. So definitely keeping that on watch. Then I have Gene. That's GENE. I was looking at it last week. I wasn't 100% sure how I felt about it. It's still holding up when it comes to support above that 225 area. So let's see if it crosses over 250 and holds. After that, then there's CLVS. CLVS, after having such a monstrous time, I think it was back in the 80s. Yeah, I remember when, it was around that 116, and then it finally came down, and this was back in 2015. I was just starting to like watch the CNBC and Bloomberg and trying to figure out how all this stuff work. And, this is one of those that I was just like, oh, wow, I thought it was going to go higher or just, in the 200s, but it didn't. Oncology that this stock is doing. So we'll see what that does. And I think I have one more. I think there's one more. No, that's all I got. Maybe Blue Apron, just because there were some rumors with CNN. CNN was talking about how they, because people are cooking at home more, than Blue Apron might be the catalyst to the cooking at home. So we'll see. I remember this big gigantic move up to $27 back in March. So we'll see if anything will help it move higher. But other than that, I have nothing else much more to say. I think I've spoken enough. It's 11 minutes into this, and hopefully you were able to get a chance to even hear, if not see, some of the stocks that I just kind of selected. Hopefully this helps you. If not, you can just cuss me out. But if it does, please feel free to ask me any questions, because I really like all the setups for these. I just haven't dug into their SEC filings, which you can do. You can definitely do if you go to sec.gov. You can be able to read up on the background of these companies, and maybe, just maybe, you might find some really, really fantastic news. I feel like I'm missing one stock, kind of. Let me see if I'm missing one. I feel like there's one stock I probably just didn't mention, and I just went over because it was probably brought to my attention, but I just never got a chance to actually look at it. But for now, that's what I have. If you have any questions, please feel free. Let me know.